you doing? How you doing? Let's hit the like button. Let's hit the like button, please. Let's hit the like button so we can go on and of get started with this content of why I didn't have sex nor masturbate for 10 years. What's going on? What's going on, guys? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Ali, what's up with you? Forever Fit, what's going on, brother? Hey, let's get a few more lights and we'll go ahead and get started with this content of why I did not masturbate for 10 years and did not have sex for 10 years. The perks and benefits and advantages of doing so. I have not witnessed or encountered any disadvantages. However, I am proud to say it has all been a good experience for me. So let's get a few more lights in here, man. Let me see, maybe like 3 more lights, 2 more lights, maybe. That'll make 5 to 8 people watching, 5 lights. I think that's pretty cool. What's up with you? What's going on? You all right? Yeah, right now I'm in Sosúa, Dominican Republic. For those of you who don't know and you're just tuning in to this channel, you're like, where the hell is this guy at? Well, I'm in the Dominican Republic. Okay. Damn. Okay, yeah, let's get started with the content. If we can get one more like at least, one more like. One more. This video will break the internet. Well, yeah, hopefully we can get enough shares and likes. Maybe it will. Okay, let's get into it. Then we got the one more like. Thank you so much, gentlemen. I appreciate you guys so much for actually pressing the like button. All right, so let's get into it. Now, first of all, if you're new to this channel, well, if you're not new to this channel, you already know why I didn't have sex. You already know why I didn't have sex for 10 years. Part of the reason is because I was in prison for 10 years, okay? All right, so we got that out the way. But that doesn't stop someone from having sex just because you're in prison. You have homosexuals in prison that have sex with each other. You also have lady female officers who actually have sex with the men, so who are incarcerated. So you have females having sex with the inmates. And you also have what are they, conjugal visits or something like that, where your wife or something can visit you and you can have sex and you can just sneak and have it. But I chose not to have sex with the many female officers that was throwing themselves at me for a reason. Now, I can't lie. Had I had a reason to, if I would have met the female officers at the beginning of my sentence, then I probably would have slept with them. But by the time I started encountering female officers and, you know, I had already became wise enough and disciplined enough to seek a higher self-control. Now, let me get to the juicy part. The reason why I didn't masturbate, because we know all men gonna masturbate in prison. That's why their hair be falling out. That's why they probably go blind early, and that's why their legs be so small sometimes. So one of the reasons why, first I'm gonna talk about why I didn't do it, and then I'm gonna talk about the benefits I started receiving after not doing so. So so listen, the reason why I did not masturbate in prison, because for one, first of all, my hands are man hands, and it's kind of rough, and I don't like that shit on my dick. That's one. Two, I was in an environment to where it's men surrounding, men voices, everybody yelling and hollering, talking loud and all of that, and that wasn't anything attractive enough to me for me to be aroused and I, could concentrate enough. No, that wasn't enough. And for three, I made a promise to myself and to the Most High God that if I was clear of a lot of things that was going on in my life, then I owed him that. I was going to be disciplined. And I was not going to touch myself, rape myself, masturbate myself, and treat myself as such while in prison. I felt like I could be disciplined and save myself for whatever woman I decided to come home to and give her the benefit of having all of those years crammed up into one man. I thought maybe she would enjoy that. Okay, that's the reason why I chose not. Those are the reasons why I chose not to masturbate. Okay? Now we know that part of the reason why I chose not to have sex with any of the female officers was at this point of my sentence in prison, I was new, making a decision to train myself to be a certain type of machine and on another level spiritually. And I didn't encounter the females at the time, I was new. I didn't start encountering the females until once I became a vet. And once you become a vet and you become what they call chain gang. Once I became chain gang and created a swag and a reputation for myself, that's when the females began to notice me and began to make their move, because they knew at that point they can risk taking a chance with me and don't have to worry about too much getting in trouble and stuff like that, because I was able to hold my own. I was solid at that point. But when you're new, they don't want to risk it because they don't know whether you're solid or not. All right, now naturally a man body will begin to go through different stages. When you are built up with what is called semen or nut or sperm, your body would naturally release it on its own through a wet dream or through, maybe through a wet dream while you're asleep. Your mind, your brain is so powerful and it's just so systematically connected to the rest of your body. Your glands in your sexual organs area will begin to release hormones that goes up to the brain and let the brain's hormones or chemicals that let the brain know, hey, we need to release. And so the brain will go into a wet dream or some type of dream about something, and then your body will release. Now, I had became so strong at that point, so when I had a wet dream or when I was having a dream, I would sleep, dream, and right when I'm smashing the woman in my dream and I'm about to come, I would begin to squeeze and never release the semen. Although I would go through the normal feeling and convulsions and that good feeling we get when we have a release, I would go through those stages, but I would never literally release the sperm. And I'm about to tell you how I got to that point to be able to control myself. So now, even when I have sex now, and I'm having sex with a woman, and we're going at it, and right before I get ready to release with the condom on, I can squeeze hard enough a certain muscle, which the girls call Kegels, but it's a male version of the Kegels, and we'll get into that in a minute, where I can squeeze, and that actually keeps me from actually releasing, but I still I still release without it coming out of the penis. It kind of reverses back in. I know that sounds crazy, and I know that sounds scary. Like, oh my God, something's gonna be damaged. No, nothing is damaged at all. Actually, you get a stronger erection, and you'll be able to last even longer. But I'm gonna tell you how I got to that point in a minute. All right. Well, right now I'm gonna tell you how I got to that point. So during my prison, because I don't have anything written down, guys, I'm just going off the top of the head. I don't have this systematically in order from A, B, C, D. I'm just giving it to you, so bear with me. All right. So along the way, I wanted to study, like, how can I last longer? How can I, you know, be a better man in the bedroom for my woman? So what I did was I started picking up books and studying and all of that right there. Of course, we read everything in prison. So I came across this book called The Secret to Semen Retention for Men. The Secret to Semen Retention for Men. It's a Taoist method in China, I believe. China or either one of them Asian countries. So I started reading it and realizing, okay, there's no danger for a man to retain his semen. As a matter of fact, when a man retains his semen, he lives longer. You got to understand, each time you ejaculate, you're taking 80% of that's 80% of your energy. You know, you're taking blood into this. You're taking a lot of things into this. It's leaving out of your body. That's why we go through a little trance when we're tired. We can't. We're weak. You know, it weakens a man. That's why most men, on average, men die before women. You know, because we're releasing too much of our life energy so much. So just imagine preserving those energies. Just imagine preserving your semen. And there's a way to train your muscles. There's a way to develop certain muscles to the point to where you're able to retain your semen. And once you're able to retain your semen, you can still have sex. You can have an orgasm without releasing your semen and spilling it out, but actually releasing it in a way to where it doesn't spill out and it goes back in. It travels back in. You know, and it goes back into where it comes from. It's like this right here. Like you're having sex or you're masturbating and you're about to release, but you squeeze your shaft of your penis and you hold it right there until the semen goes back in. That's the amateur way to practice this. You know, quit being so quick to release, because you got to understand, as little boys, when we was growing up, you know, we would masturbate. Once we realized we can masturbate and we can release, we would masturbate, and when we feel it coming, we release. And we've been doing it ever since. We've been doing it ever since until we became adults and started having sex with real women instead of with our hands. And we just release as soon as we feel it. But we never was taught to hold back. You know, when you feel that feeling of release, step back. You know what I'm saying? You regroup. You know, contract muscles. Don't let it come out. We never was taught that. Matter of fact, we probably was never taught anything at home when it comes to sex. You know, because our parents don't necessarily talk to us about strategies of how to stroke pussy or how to release semen properly. You know, we just talk about the basics. You know, the educational part of childbearing and what is this and what is that body part called. We don't talk about actual strategies and how to do this and how to make a woman come or how to find the spot or what type of pressure to hit it with or anything like that. No, sir. Thank you. But as young men, we just knew to release when it was time to release. All right. So if you would go get the book, it's not my book. I have nothing to do with this book, actually. So it's just free promotion, but it's something that helped me along the way. But right now, to this very day, after 10 years of no masturbation, after 10 years of no sex, you know, I'm stronger, I'm youthful, more youthful, you know, more agile, more healthier, more inclined spiritually. I can see and feel things. It kind of heightens up all of your senses, believe it or not. It heightens everything. Once you go through the first 6 months of just no release of your semen, you will begin to see a difference in yourself right then and there. Even if you're having sex with your woman and you just don't never release. You gotta understand, guys, when Muhammad Ali was boxing, and a lot of these fighters, they didn't release themselves for the first 6 months before a fight or going into a fight. They never would release themselves. They would hold it because they hit harder. They hit more powerfully. They was more alert. And this is real. So if you can build yourself up, I ain't saying go 10 years like I did because I ain't had no choice but to practice and practice and practice. And once I kept practicing, just like doing push-ups, everything became a habit to me, and I became a fanatic, institutionalized in whatever I was doing. You see what I'm saying? So I definitely became institutionalized in everything I was doing, whether it was push-ups or it became just part of my system. So I'm not saying wait 10 years to do this, practice for 10 years. I'm just saying give yourself a year of practice, 6 months of practice, and see how you become a better man. And that's saving your semen. That's just simply saving your semen. It's not saying you can't massage yourself, stroke yourself, play with yourself, manipulate yourself in a way to where you're doing it, then you feel it coming, then you stop. You know what I'm saying? You just practice with yourself until you build up the strength to practice with a woman. When you practice with a woman, of course, it's going to be a little more difficult, but practice with a woman you can trust, and you can stroke her, give it to her a certain way. When you feel it coming, you kind of stop, withdraw, squeeze. We'll get more into which muscles to squeeze once I see the outcome in this video. And if this video wants more, if people respond more in the comment column and want me to carry on deeper, then we'll hold up a whole PowerPoint and we'll build a whole class on this, and I can give you direct instructions on everything I actually did, literally, to become the guru in the bedroom that I am today, to be honest with you. Because I don't have to have enhancements. I may take an enhancement every now and then just because I want to, just because I want to be even more powerful, but just naturally, I don't need it. And I don't need anything else to make me go like I'm some kind of, I don't have women say, are you on some type of drug or something? Because it just don't, I just do what I want to do. And I say no, but I take it as a compliment because, you know, um, all the practice and build up all the practicing I've done. Now, do I release myself now? Yeah, I strategically release myself when I feel that I really want to. Usually, 90% of the time when I'm having sex, I never release myself. And this is real. And this since I've been home. 90% of the time when I'm having sex, I never release myself. You know what I'm saying? I always hold it in and move on and keep going on about my day. More strong, more alert, and on point. Every now and then, I may release myself. You know, but I hope you guys enjoyed this little portion of the video. We're gonna give more later. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And leave a comment in the comment column. Tell me what you think about this video. Whether it's good or bad, you can tell me what you feel, what you think. I will respond. Hey, you guys have a good day. If you got any questions right now, you can go ahead and ask the questions. I will give another video on this topic on semen retention, tantric orgasm, Tyo's secrets, and all these little different things that I've learned and I practice as well. I will break more down and go more into details a little later, depending on the outcome of this video. All right? I'm going to go in the comment column right now, just in case you guys have a few comments, questions, or whatever. If not, then I end this video. Then I'll go live a little later, or sooner than later, with another video on another topic. Give you guys a few seconds, probably a minute, to ask a question. And then we're going to go on from there. All right? Give me a second. All right, guys. All right, that's it. If you don't have any questions, then I am about to go now. If you don't have any questions, I appreciate your time. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And I'm glad to have you guys here. If you're watching this video and you have not liked it, or you have not shared it, or you have not subscribed, I appreciate you for watching. All right? Thank you so much, guys. I love you guys, and I'll be coming with the next video in just a few seconds.